throughout the site. They're usually recommended to us or self-identified, and then we evaluate them, and then they can become an expert. And if by virtue of being a designated expert in Webport Global, they agree to answer questions and to help guide other members. So some of those just might be a member, a company who happens to have done something and they're willing to share that experience. And some of these are purely special experts in area of tax and legalities and maybe logistics and transportation and or particular industries. And then, as I said, we source event information from all over the world, and that's available. And again, some of that will be recommended based on your profile. You don't get your email filled with it. There's a section in the site where you can go to and see what's recommended for you. And that's how that works. And then we have the marketplace. I mentioned the marketplace to you. These are just 3 typical marketplace listings. And then anybody that might be interested would inquire, or they would bookmark it. But the real power comes when Webport Global takes these marketplace listings and exposes them, and we're creating an external marketplace. And again, there's no additional fee for any of this stuff. This is all part of the community and the opportunity that Thomas has been willing to sponsor for your team, for your participants of this course. And then we have a few other things, a trade information, which is a trade tool. And I'm going to explain this to you as quickly as I can. We've got another partner, Datamine, where you can search over here on the left. I may want to search for importers of something like natural honey. And then I'll hit search, and I would get a list of companies that are actually importing natural honey, if I were a purveyor of natural honey or a producer of natural honey. And this information is collected from a massive database of customs documents, which are then categorized and structured. So these are actual transactions. And I like the name here of Bees Brothers. It's kind of a nice name for a honey company. So if we clicked on Bees Brothers, we would get a trade summary. And I don't expect you to read this, but I'll take you through it very quickly. There are a number of charts. First of all, you'd be able to see how many containers they actually imported in the past 12 months. What happens is the system goes out and dynamically creates a report. And this one, it looks like there were 200 and something containers that they imported over the last rolling 12 months. And you'd get to see where they've imported it to, what ports they imported it in from, what products. Of course, because we searched on natural honey, you were not going to see a long list of products. You could see what countries they imported from, and you could see actually who they bought their honey from. So not only would you be able to target this company as a potential customer, you also can target some of their suppliers, whether you supply that industry with parts, or whether you supply that industry with expertise, or whether you could be perceived as just a company in the same industry. You may want to share your products with them so that you could be a supplier to them. In this, I don't have a screenshot here, but in this you also can get summaries of their Dun & Bradstreet information. And then if you get to the point where you might want to eventually work with them, you could actually purchase some of the detailed Dun & Bradstreet reports. It's very important that you'll find out through your course that you know who you're working with, and we try to provide some tools to do that. Let me just recap some of this stuff. With this Webport Global tool that Thomas is bringing to you, you can, of course, showcase your business. You can access rich trade resources, including people. This is not a digital platform where you're going to search the web and get all kinds of results. You'll be able to see the person's picture. You can send them a little note within the system. You can say, hey, I need a little help. If you identify a particular country that's a target country because you know that they're rich in imports of something that you sell, you can contact somebody in their local chamber or somebody in their World Trade Center, or you might be able to find a potential distributor that matches exactly to what you want. You can contact them. So this is including people that you can contact directly, but also including support people. And as well, that leads to the next point: connected trade centers, chambers of commerce, agencies, and other companies. Listing your products and services worldwide, very, very important. People need to know that you're there. And then access that trade lead data that we talked about, whether it's, as I said earlier, whether it's confection or whether it's juice or whether it's oil, regardless of what it is, there's millions of transactions in there, and that would give you some, some indication. And that was quite granular that we showed you. We're about to launch a new feature where you'd be able to put in your HS code or the code of your commodity, and then we will provide you a list of countries who are heavy importers of that, so that you'll know, right, it'll start to point you in that direction. And then hopefully this will all lead to generating revenue, growing your business, becoming a player on the world stage, because the world really is pretty small today. And so this is a tool that will complement your learning, and even whether you're a beginner trader, an accidental exporter, or even if you're seasoned. We have a number of very seasoned companies on the site who are using the site to their advantage. So you should have some benefit from it. And that's about it. I would be happy at any given time to take questions. I'm going to pass it over to Thomas now, but I'm here for the duration. If you have any questions, please ask me. But I'm going to right now give it over to Thomas.
Thanks very much now, Jim. That's really a really powerful tool. Every time I go through the site myself, I'd be really amazed at the especially the data mine tool. I really love playing with that, even just playing with it, kind of going out and finding out, okay, what can I buy today, or where can I sell something, and just to go in and stick in, for example, chocolate eggs or confectionery products, or whichever. It always comes up with a really rich information stream for me to kind of have a look at. So definitely for the export salespeople out there, it's a very useful tool. And if I recall as well, you can actually get the contact details of those exporters.
That's correct.
Through jigsaw.com, which I think they're called data.com now. So it's another useful feature that you can get specific contact people, that it's verified contact people through that system. So really, yeah, it's an export salesman's golden tool. So I think we've covered everything that we wanted to cover and to show you today. And I would like to open the floor if anybody has any questions. Both Jim and I would be happy to provide any clarifications that you need. And once again, to thank Export TT for the opportunity of working with us. It's been a really powerful experience, and we are the better for it.
Well, it seems as though you were quite clear, because there are no questions on this hand.
Okay, it's great. We will always be available if you have any questions after the session. You can always contact Maria, and if Maria can't answer it, she'll forward it through to me, and I'll be happy to assist. So we look forward to working with you through the program. We encourage you to join up, take part. It's a really powerful program, and I think I'm very confident in saying that there is actually no other training opportunity with this level of participation, this level of detail, and this level of practical implementation available anywhere else in the world. So my congratulations to Export TT, because they've really led the development of this customized program on the basis of the tools that we had available.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Thomas and Jim. There being no questions, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for attending today's launch of the International Trade Specialist Accreditation Program. Expressions of gratitude are extended to our guest speakers, Thomas and Jim again, members of the Export TT Board, the Export Support Network, Export TT Management, and staff who played a part in ensuring that this launch was a success. I now invite you to some light refreshments and an opportunity to network with each other. Thank you so very much.